Something strange is happening to a peninsula. For over a decade, one power controlled it completely. Now, that control is slipping. Not from tanks, not from ground troops, from drones. Small, cheap, relentless. In just a few months, an entire region has been cut off. Cut off from fuel, cut off from supplies, cut off from the outside world. Streetlights are going dark. Gas lines stretch for miles. Tourists are fleeing by the thousands. This is the story of Crimea, and how a handful of narrow roads decided the fate of a war. Crimea sits at the bottom of Ukraine, shaped almost like a diamond, hanging off the mainland by a thread. That thread is called the Isthmus of Perekop. It's barely 5 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Everywhere else, Crimea is walled off by the Sivash, a maze of shallow lagoons and salt marshes, nearly impossible to cross by land. Only 2 other points can support real roads and railways, one near the town of Chonha, one across a thin strip of land called the Arabat Spit. 3 corridors. That's it. 3 narrow doors connecting Crimea to everything else. When Russia seized Crimea in 2014, this geography became a problem. There was no direct link to Russia by land. So Russia built one, a $4 billion bridge across the Kerch Strait. A highway opened in 2018, a railway followed in 2019, but a bridge alone wasn't enough. Crimea's population had grown past 2.5 million people, and Russia kept expanding its military footprint there. New naval bases, new airfields, new radar stations. Crimea became a fortress, a staging ground for the 2022 invasion of southern Ukraine. One of Russia's goals in that invasion was simple: build a land corridor to Crimea. Push through Donetsk, through Zaporizhia, through Kherson, make the peninsula less of an island. For years, it worked. Supplies flowed in through the occupied land bridge, through the Kerch Bridge, through ferries across the strait. Then Ukraine started fighting back, not with soldiers, but with drones. The first target was the bridge itself. October 2022. A truck bomb rips through the highway span. 2 sections collapse. Repairs take months. July 2023. Ukrainian naval drones strike again. Another section falls into the water. Rail traffic recovers within hours. Road traffic doesn't. June of last year. Explosives detonate beneath the bridge's underwater supports. The damage is minor this time. But Russia takes notice. New restrictions follow. Trucks over 1.5 tons are banned from the bridge. Heavy freight shifts elsewhere. Onto the land bridge, onto the ferries. For a while, that's enough. Then Ukraine's drones get better. Longer range, smarter targeting, built with the help of Starlink and American AI systems. And a new campaign begins. This time the target isn't the bridge, it's everything else. Ukrainian drones start hitting the R280 highway, the road that connects mainland Russia to Simferopol and Sevastopol. Fuel trucks, ammunition convoys, supply lines, all of it under fire. Small landmines start appearing on the road too. Barely 0.5 kilogram each, motion-triggered, waiting for the next truck. Russian officials call this the Tavrida Highway. Ukrainian soldiers call it something else now. The Highway of Death. By June, a Ukrainian Special Forces unit claimed something remarkable: full control of the skies above one stretch of that highway. Footage shows burning trucks, dozens of them. The Chonha Bridge gets hit 3 separate times that same month. Russian forces reroute traffic onto a pontoon bridge nearby. 50 more trucks get diverted through Perekop instead. Ukrainian drones find them there too. By mid-June, the numbers tell the story. Military cargo traffic on the highway drops by 71% in just 2 weeks. Satellite images confirm the damage: bridges scarred, roads cratered, convoys destroyed, and the attacks don't stop at the highway. Near the Kerch Strait, drones hit oil depots on both sides of the water. Fuel storage tanks burst into flame. Then on June 21st, drones strike the ferries. 3 out of 5 vessels set ablaze. Russia's ferry service across the strait effectively shuts down. Even the bridge itself gets a new defense. Smoke-generating vehicles now patrol it during attacks, trying to hide it from the sky. The result of all this pressure is simple. Crimea is running out of fuel. Rationing begins in May. Lines at gas stations stretch for hours. Some tourists start bringing their own fuel in canisters. One traveler tells a reporter the wait reached 8 hours. By late June, the situation gets worse. Authorities ban civilian fuel sales entirely. What's left goes to the military. In Sevastopol, home to 500,000 people, new rules follow fast. Public transport shuts down after 10 at night. Shops and cafes close by 8. Streetlights go dark to save power. Residents are told to turn off their air conditioners, even as temperatures climb past 30 degrees. Blackouts spread. Water pumps fail with them. Motorbikes get banned from the roads at night. Children's summer camps are cancelled. Sports leagues too. Officials blame security concerns. The real reason is fuel, and the timing couldn't be worse. Summer is normally Crimea's busiest season. Nearly 4 million tourists visited just last year. This year, bookings collapse, down 50% in a single month, down 30% compared to last summer. On June 26th, authorities declare a state of emergency. Thousands of cars rush toward the bridge at once. A traffic jam stretches 15 kilometers long, one of the largest exoduses seen since the war began. The consequences reach far beyond Crimea's borders. Military supply lines are stretched thinner every week. Convoys now have to travel further north instead. Every extra kilometer cuts into what a truck can carry. Even 100 extra kilometers can reduce daily cargo by nearly a third. That means fewer supplies reaching the front, fewer assaults the Russian military can mount, weaker operations across the occupied south. Even air defense crews in Crimea are running low on fuel now, making it harder to stop the very drones causing the shortage. For Vladimir Putin, this crisis cuts deeper than logistics. The 2014 seizure of Crimea was his defining triumph, taken almost without bloodshed, a symbol of Russia's return to global power. It shaped his image at home for over a decade. Now, that symbol is under siege, not by soldiers storming the peninsula, by a war fought quietly, from the air, against roads and bridges and fuel depots. Crimea likely won't return to Ukrainian hands anytime soon. Ukraine's military isn't ready to retake it by force, but it may not need to. Making the peninsula ungovernable might be enough. Enough to pressure Moscow at the negotiating table. Enough to turn a symbol of strength into a daily burden. For now, Crimea remains exactly what it was built to avoid becoming. An island, surrounded this time not by water, but by fire.